Good morning. It's a cold start to the day. For some of us, a frosty one as well, but a lot of dry weather, a fair bit of sunshine, cloud building in from the west through the day with some rain in the northwest. I'll have all the details in about 10 minutes. Absolutely right, Sal. Good morning, everyone. It is a cold start to the day. For some of us, it's also a frosty one as well. But as we go through the day, what you'll find is there'll be a lot of dry weather initially, some sunshine, cloud coming in from the west, and then we'll see strengthening wind and also some rain in the northwest. And that's courtesy of this clutch of weather fronts associated with this area of low pressure. But high pressure, we've got a little ridge across us at the moment, which is why things are fairly quiet this morning. We've got some temperatures. Bit of cloud across some southern counties through the day, a bit more cloud coming in from the west, and here's the rain getting in across northwest Scotland and also Northern Ireland. Could see the odd spot around Cumbria, the Pennines, Wales, southwest as well, where there's a fair bit of cloud, and these circles indicate average wind strengths. We could have gusts 50 or 60 miles an hour across the far north and west of Scotland. Now, temperatures today, no great shakes in the east. They've got quite a bit to climb because for many they're below freezing at the moment, but we're looking at double figures as we head on through the course of this evening and overnight. And that will move steadily eastwards. After a cold start to the evening, temperatures will actually rise overnight in the east as we see more cloud come in and also this rain. And there'll be quite a lot of rain across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland over the next couple of days. Sal and Dan. Right, we'll look a bit further ahead as well.
Love it. Thank you.
Absolutely right, Dan. Yes. Good morning, everybody. It is a chilly start. Cold for some of us. There's some frost around, but in the north and the west, there's more cloud. We've got some rain, and here the temperatures aren't as low. In South Uist at the moment, for example, in the Western Isles, the temperature is currently 10, but in Writtle in Essex, it's -2. Lichfield in Staffordshire, it's freezing. London and Cardiff, we're looking at 2 or 4, Belfast 4, and Edinburgh 7. So there's a wide range of temperatures. This is what we've got coming our way, this clutch of fronts associated with low pressure, bringing in more cloud to the west and also some rain. Stronger winds too across the far north and west through the course of the day. But for the rest of us, we're under a transient ridge of high pressure. So we've got some clear skies, we've got some sunshine to start with, a bit more cloud at times across some southern counties, particularly the southwest, where we could see the odd spot of rain or drizzle, the same for Wales and Cumbria. But the heavier rain will be coming in across western Scotland and western parts of Northern Ireland. And through the course of the afternoon, we could have gusts of wind across the north and the west, 50 to 60 miles an hour. Temperature-wise today, well, we're looking at cooler temperatures out towards the east, whereas in the west, we've got 10, 11 or indeed 12 degrees. Now, through the evening and overnight, as the cloud advances towards the east, temperatures will actually rise. We're still looking at a wet night across much of Scotland, Northern England and Northern Ireland. Murky in western areas and still quite breezy. Temperatures 7 to about 12 degrees. These are the overnight lows, remember. Tomorrow, our weather front's still with us. It's what we call a waving front. It's doing a bit of this, and it still is going to be quite breezy across the board. That rain really mounting up across parts of western Scotland. But you can see it's getting in at times across parts of northern England, the odd spot into Wales, quite murky here. But the main band will be resting across Northern Ireland, parts of northern England and also parts of Scotland. To the north of that, some brighter skies, but quite a lot of cloud to the south of that, with temperatures 9 to about 13 degrees. But then, as we head through Tuesday into Wednesday, the other end of the weather front, this cold front, starts to sink southwards. Now, that's quite salient. It's a cold front. Behind it, we see a return to colder conditions. So we hang on to the mild conditions ahead of that weather front, but behind it, all that cold air follows on. So across southern areas during the course of Wednesday, fair bit of cloud around, some patchy rain, a lot of sunshine for much of the UK, still some showers peppering the northwest, but it is going to feel much colder. Temperature range 8 in the north to about 11 as we push down towards the south. Dan and Sal. More or less, Sal. Yes, good morning, everybody. It is a cold start to the day. Temperatures for some are below freezing, whereas in parts of the west, for example, South Uist, they're currently 10. And it's going to be wet and windy in the northwest, especially later on. But for many parts of the UK, it's low temperatures Sal was talking about. And out towards the west, the cloud will continue to build, spreading eastwards through the day, murky in some western areas, with this rain coming in across parts of western Scotland and Northern Ireland. Now, these round circles indicate the average wind strength, so we could have gusts of wind higher than this, up to 50 or 60 miles an hour across parts of the north and the west of Scotland. Temperatures, well, still cool in eastern areas. We're looking at 8s, 9s and 10s, whereas out towards the west where we do have more cloud, it'll be about 11 or 12. Through this evening and overnight, our rain continues across Scotland, into Northern Ireland, parts of Northern England, the odd spot getting into be some clear skies, and where we've got the clear skies it will be cooler, but it will start off cold in eastern areas with the temperature rising as the cloud cover does come across. So into tomorrow, we still have all this rain across Scotland and Northern Ireland, rainfall totals starting to really accumulate, some of that getting into Cumbria and the Pennines at times, but to the north of that, some brighter skies. To the south of it, quite a lot of cloud with temperatures between about 9 and 13. Then it's going to get colder. Sal and Dan. Don't worry, not too bad, thanks Dan, hope you're well too. Today, well, it's a cold start to the day, as you can see from this cracking Weather Watchers picture sent in by Liam from Dolly. In fact, temperatures at the moment for many are just above or just below freezing. So in Coventry, it's -1 currently, Manchester and London only 2 degrees, Cardiff 4, Belfast 5 and Edinburgh 7. Parts of the northwest are currently resting in double figures, and that's because low pressure is coming our way with its attendant fronts, bringing in all this cloud and some rain, so temperatures aren't as low. Breezy across the board, but the strongest winds today will be in the north and the west. So we've got some clear skies, which means we're starting with some sunshine and those low temperatures. Out to the west, though, there's a bit more cloud, particularly southwest England and also Wales. And you could see some drizzle coming out of that through the day. Same for northwest England too, actually. But the more persistent rain will be in Scotland, western parts of Northern Ireland, and the clearest skies, northeast Scotland and southeast England. Now, these circles indicate the average wind speeds, but with exposure in the north and the west, we could have gusts 50 or 60 miles an hour. Temperatures 9 to 13 degrees. Through this evening and overnight, we hang on to that rain across Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England. Still quite a bit of cloud around. In western hills and coasts, we're likely to have some murky conditions and there'll be some clear skies. Now, as we go through the course of the night, after a cold start, temperatures will rise in eastern areas. So these are overnight minimum temperatures, 7 to about 11 or 12. Tomorrow, we still have this weather front. It's a waving front, so it's taking its rain across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, and at times into Cumbria and also the Pennines. Now, to the north of that, there'll be some bright skies, some sunshine. To the south of it, there will be more cloud around than today, but there will still be some brightness as well. And our temperature range tomorrow, well, we're looking once again at roughly 9 in the north to highs of about 13 in the south. Tuesday into Wednesday, here's one weather front going that way, another one sinking south. This is a cold front, which means behind it we're going to see a return to some colder conditions. And that's illustrated by the milder yellows being pushed away by the colder blues. And eventually the colder blues will win out and it's going to be a colder end to the week for all of us. So on Wednesday, here's our weather front, fairly weak affair, producing some clouds, some patchy rain. Move north of that, yes, there'll still be some cloud around, but equally there'll be some sunshine as well. And we'll have some showers across the north and also the west. Look at the difference in temperatures. For many, we're no longer in double figures, just clinging on where we have the weather front in the south. But then after that, it does get colder for all of us. This front clears, it becomes drier, it becomes a bit more settled, but you'll notice the difference in the temperatures. Liz, Sal and Dan. Good morning. As we go through this week, it's going to turn colder by day and by night with some frost and patchy fog. And today we've got rain in the forecast in the north and west. I'll have all the details in about 10 minutes. This is a library picture, but it tells the story quite nicely, Dan. Good morning, everyone. It is a frosty start for some of us this morning. It's cold, but it will turn out to be quite a mild day. Now, it's wet and windy also across the north and the west. The rain continuing to come in. We've got some patchy rain at the moment in the north and west. Here's the more organised band of rain, and you can see bits and pieces of cloud around as well. Now, through the course of the day, this heavier and more persistent rain arrives in western Scotland, western parts of Northern Ireland, and the cloud will be thick enough in northwest England, Wales and the southwest for the odd spot of drizzle. The brightest skies, northeast Scotland and southeast England. But we've also got gusty winds across the north and the west, gusting to about 50 or 60 miles an hour. Temperatures ranging from 9 to 13 degrees. So through the course of the afternoon, you can see where we're going to see some sunshine around the Moray Firth and Aberdeenshire. Very windy though in the north and the west. Then we run into all this rain across the rest of Scotland, in through parts of Northern Ireland and also northwest England. Northeast England, you might see some glimmers of brightness, as you will do across parts of Staffordshire, for example, in through parts of East Anglia and parts of the south. But there'll be a fair bit of cloud around. Don't forget, thick enough for some drizzle in the coast and hills of Wales and southwest England. That continues into tonight actually, and we still do have our rain across parts of Scotland, Northern England and Northern Ireland. But as the cloud pushes steadily towards the east, you'll find that overnight temperatures will actually rise, and we'll have overnight lows generally between 7 and 11. I'll have more details in half an hour, but for now, back to Dan and Sal. Morning both, good morning to you too. If you haven't stepped outside yet, for most of the UK it is a cold start, and for some of us a frosty one as well, as you can see from this picture from Jane, one of our weather watchers of Greater London. Now the kind of temperatures you can expect in parts of Wales below freezing, Charlwood, which is West Sussex, again round about freezing, Scarborough, North East England 3 degrees, Belfast, Inverness and Land's End a little bit higher, and it's generally a little bit milder in the west because we've got this clutch of weather fronts coming our way. They've been introducing thicker cloud and for some rain already, whereas we're under a transient ridge of high pressure for the rest of the UK, so we've had some clear skies allowing the temperatures to fall, but that means we're starting with some sunshine. That won't necessarily last though, because through the day the cloud is going to build. Now the cloud will be thick enough in parts of southwest England, Wales, northwest England for some drizzle, particularly in the coasts and hills, and you can see that rain piling into the west of Northern Ireland and also in across parts of western Scotland. It's going to be a breezy day as well wherever you are. These are the average wind speeds, but with the gusts we could have 50 or 60-mile-an-hour gusts across the northern and the western Isles. Temperatures ranging from 9 to about 13, and sunshine hanging on the longest across northeast Scotland and also southeast England. Now through this evening and overnight we hang on to the rain in the north. In the south there'll be quite a lot of cloud, still murky in parts of Wales and southwest England, some clear skies, and what's going to happen in eastern areas tonight is as this cloud advances in from the west, temperatures will actually rise. So these are our overnight lows. Now tomorrow we still will have this weather front with us. It's a waving front, which means it's literally doing that and taking its rain with it as it does so. So you can expect some more rain across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, and at times that will get in across Cumbria and the Pennines. But at times too it'll be quite murky across the hills, for example, of Wales and southwest England. Bit more cloud across southern areas, but there will still be some brightness tomorrow with our temperature range. Well, we're looking at about 9 in the north to about 13 once again in the south. Now, as we move from Tuesday into Wednesday, we say goodbye to that weather front, and that allows the cold front to push steadily southwards during Tuesday into Wednesday, and that's going to introduce colder air behind it. So whilst it remains in the south, the weather front will be in the mild conditions, and here it is here with all the cloud and patchy rain. But behind it we saw the blues indicating a drop in temperature compared to what we're looking at on Monday and Tuesday. There'll also be some showers across the north and the west, and here are those temperatures ranging from 8 in the north to 10 or 11, maybe 12 in the south. Sal and Dan.